Morning everyone. In the interest of Kevin's comment on the forum, I thought I'd do some work on the Mark II Cavalier and record it. Today's project was going to be to install some new wheel cylinders for the rear brakes of my Mark II Cavalier. However, upon opening the packaging, I was presented with this. So today's project is now going to hopefully drill out and see if I've got a tap that fits and see if I can correct this issue. This particular make is Falcon. They were bought off eBay, which is probably asking for trouble really, but there you go. They weren't very expensive, so if I get this wrong then well, doesn't matter, does it? So yeah, there might be a lot of errors and that in his video. I'm not very used to making videos. Also, I live right next door to a railway line, so you might hear some trains go past. So let's see what I could get set up. Right. So a little bit more investigation to try and get these holes aligned up perfectly. I thought I'd try and do this. Now it did work one way. However, if I put that back and grab this one, you can see that lines up quite beautifully. You can't quite see on camera. Let me just see if I can do this single-handedly. You can see right through that, which is great. However, oops, I'm not very good at this, like, am I? If I bring this and try and do the same thing here, you can see that the hole is misaligned. And when you look further at these more closely, let's get a pin settled down here, you can see that the castings are really quite poor. So I wouldn't really recommend buying this rubbish. Let's see what we can do with it, see how they fit on the car maybe later on. What I'm basically going to do is going to try and line these up as best I can, or whichever configuration it was, and centre punch it, and then just set up some kind of rig so I could drill straight. So let's see. So here is the setup. I managed to find the right threaded kind of bolt, although it's quite long, to screw the two together. Get it as lined up as best I can. I'm now going to take this punch, try and centre it as best I can into this hole, and then we'll move on to hopefully drilling the hole. Sorry I can't show none of this, unfortunately I'm not set up for videoing. But anyway, that's enough of me complaining. I'll shut up and get on with it. Fast forward a few moments later. This is now the new setup. Just got a hand drill installed into these Wolfcraft even type milling machine type holder. Don't know what you would call it really. As you can see, the brake cylinder is centre punched. I've packed out the cylinder with some paper towel, just so it doesn't make it any worse than what it already is. If I can show this is as you can see is dead on alignment, although I think I may not have got the punch exactly on centre. So anyway, as I say, it's a load of old crap anyway, so if this works, it's a bonus. If not, I'll just buy another one. I'll try and do this as best I can single-handedly. The drill's running at a slow speed. This is cast steel, so I believe it should provide some self-lubrication. Going very well at the moment, so I'm not drilling to my advice. Might be a good idea to remove it. the first hole drilled, I'm going up in stages with these. The final size I've ascertained is 5mm, and how I've done that is I've just simply took the end of the drill bit, stuck it in the hole. You can still move it around, it goes in okay. So that's obviously the maximum diameter I can drill to, because that's how much the threads need to stick out, so to speak. Sorry, I'm not an engineer. I don't know the correct terminology to this. And how I've ascertained how deep I need to go. This has got a little gauge on it, and all I've been doing is I'll try and get out the way of the camera here. Is I've been moving this to the side a little bit, and lining it up so I can touch the vice there, and then reading out what the figure is on there, which you probably can't see very well. That's about 15. It's actually probably more like 16. However, let's come around the side here, get it relined back up again. Doing this video malarkey is quite difficult. Try and get it lined up as best we possibly can, which is about there. And now we can drill down through the stages, so I should do the same to the 5mm final size, and then we'll move on to the tapping. I shan't show you the rest of that, but I'll show you the final drilled result. So that's the hole drilled. Let's see if now it lines up. Excuse me while I just adjust the vice as a helping hand. Now, how are we going to do this? Do it upside down like that. Right. That looks pretty good. I'm quite pleased with that. Let's see if we can... doing this single-handedly is not easy, guys. Let's have a little look here. There we go. We can see some daylight through there, which is good. Right, let's see if I've got a tap that will fit those threads. Celebratory cup of tea already on the way. So here's my tap and die set. I found this tap which seems to fit these holes okay. It's not perfect, but anyway, we'll give that a go. Now, I don't have any proper cutting fluid for this, but what I do have is this 3-in-1 oil. The tap and die set I'm using is this US Pro one. Bought off eBay about 5 years ago. It's only a cheap set. Let's give her a bit of a drop of oil here, and let's see if we could get this to go. It's not very tightly in the vice, but I daren't do it too tight because there ain't a lot for it to grip onto. Let's get this in place where we could both see. Is that straight? Not really. Let's try that again. Right, we got a bite. That seems to be cutting okay. this is actually going rather well. It's quite a soft metal. This should, I suppose, be self-lubricating due to there'll be quite a bit of carbon in the steel, in cast steel in particular. I'm no expert on this, by the way, just stuff that I've picked up from colleagues at work. There we go. Looks like it's all the way through. Doesn't look very straight, but probably straighter than the holes that are already in there, to be honest. I'm going to take that out of there. There we go. That looks like it's gone all the way through. Can we focus on that? Not quite. The threads don't look very deep from here. Go back in again and see. Might be because of the oil that I put in there. That should all be all the way through now. It is. Okay, let's wind her back out. Right. Where's my blow nozzle? That don't look too bad in there. Being the ever professional videographer that I am, here's the bolt that I tried. This is the original one. Screws in there really nicely. Let's see what happens with this one. Ooh. Quite hard to get it to start. It doesn't seem to be going in very straight. I wonder if I need a bit of a bevel on there. Let's give that a try. I should have something that would be able to do that. Okay, so I've got this countersink tool. It's only a cheap one. It comes as a set. There goes my drills. Let's give this a try. See where we go with this. Change the speed up. There we go. Right. Get the bolt. Give it a bit of a blowout. Still a bit tight. Let's just get a screwdriver and see if it will actually screw in. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay. Right. Now it feels like it's going to cross thread. Nah. I think the problem is this is a let's have a look now. Chances are this is probably the wrong thread type for this. Probably American size maybe. Tap runs in there well. Maybe I'll have to find a imperial bolt put in there. Well, it looks the part anyway. So going through my stash, I found this M5 tap. It seems to fit the original hole really well, but the strange thing is it also fits the other hole really well. Now that I've got that stuck, let's get him out. Okay, let's give this bolt another try. So this is the original hole. Goes in there beautifully. Go into the new one that we've just made. Just wants to kink over to one side. Not sure what's going on here. Anyway, I'm going to continue playing for a little bit and see how we get on. As a solution, the bolt that actually fits into the original hole, I've cut a couple of little relief slots in there, and the idea is to use that as a tap. Just to use an ordinary 1mm cutting disc in a grinder. We'll run that through and see what that does for us. A lot of driving this screw in and out, lots of 3-in-1 oil. We've managed to get somewhere with this. So this was the original like tap, if you like, that I made. Not really recommended to do it this way. It was quite a bit of hard work to do on that. It's mullered the threads up a little bit on this screw, but it does drive in and out quite nicely now. Here is a brand new one, and one that's not used. As you can see, threads in there beautifully now. Got my drill, screwdriver attachment on, and itself in nicely. So let's take that out of there. Okay, we get the original. Sit out there for a sec. One-handed photography at its best, eh? I'll take that out of the vise. Give that a bit of a clean up. Let's have a look to see how these line up. As you can see, just about see through them both there. Let's see if I can pick them up, get a bit of better light through there. There we go. Not really a recommended way of doing it, but it works. Obviously I can't go out and get a new tap. I think the problem is that it's not the correct pitch on the threads. It could be a 5.5 M5.5 as opposed to an M5. I'm not really too sure, but there you go. That's I'll call that a fix. Hopefully in a few days time we'll do a little video of installing that onto the car and see how it fits there, all being well. Hope you're all keeping safe out there during this difficult time with the COVID-19. Hopefully I'll do another video on the brakes, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.